Welcome back. Today is going to be a review of Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 6. I want to say we're on Episode 6. So, we pick up with Candiace and Ashley. Candiace tells Ashley that Michael has been leaving her to go, well, you know, y'all saw it.
Likes to leave you.
Do you wanna
and go to a man named house and suck his dick.
Oh,
I think that Ashley was unfazed by the news itself, but she was more so shocked that Candiace knew her tea and had names. I just think she was caught off guard. Candiace states that she has always had these receipts in her back pocket, and I get that. But what that also tells me is that both of them were proceeding with caution, even though they, agreed to let go of everything and be friends. Ashley had her tea, whatever it was, on Chris and her friend Debbie. And Candiace has had this tea about Michael for years. So that just lets me know that both of them were proceeding with caution, and they both had receipts in their back pockets if necessary. But Ashley just kind of showed her hand first. But regardless of that, I am enjoying Candiace this season. She's reminding me of her first season on the show. I really liked her on her first season because she minded her business until somebody came for her, and then she read them down. So she's getting back to that, and I'm really starting to like Candiace again. I especially like the way she is handling conflict this season because she's just not as I don't want to call her aggressive because I don't believe that she's aggressive, but that's the term that they like to use for lack of a better word. She's not as aggressive as, people say she was. And I've noticed that about Wendy as well. So I wonder if they talk and have some agreement, look, they not gonna keep calling us the aggressive ones just because we dark skinned. So this season we just gonna be calm, just gonna be real cool, calm and collected, and we just gonna read them real classy. I don't know if they came together and agreed on that, but I'm glad that they did that. Now that they have been sitting there calmly, nobody can say that they're being aggressive, and the true aggressors are being exposed. But anyway, they all leave. Robin is still there because she couldn't leave. She just had to sit in the van and wait. Giselle and Candiace have a one-on-one. Candiace wants to get more clarification about the situation between Giselle and Chris. And basically, it's just her word against his, because Candiace is saying that Chris invited her to her dressing room. Chris is saying the opposite. And the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle, as it always does. But I do believe that Chris is probably the more honest party in this situation, just going off of Giselle's track record. Candiace tells Giselle that she is the reason that SA victims do not come forward. And when you really think about it, it's not specifically Giselle's fault, but I get what she's saying. Most victims don't come forward because they think that people won't believe them, and there's no justification for it. But the reason that most people don't believe victims when they first come forward is because of people like Giselle, who put out these false claims, and you kind of ruin the credibility of the movement. So it does make it harder for actual victims to come out, because what if this situation actually happened to somebody else? They're forever going to compare her situation to Giselle's situation to say that, oh, it wasn't that serious. So, I kind of get what Candiace was saying with that, and she was right. We are going to skip over Ashley in this divorce mess because I just don't believe it. There's no way that she can be that dumb. Ashley is a very smart girl, and I'm not buying this story, and I'm not wasting time on it. So Mia, Jacqueline, and Sharice meet up. This scene was boring as well. But she talked about her Miami trip. It is a 6-bedroom house for 9 women. And she was already clearly planning on making Wendy share a room. She is also still salty about what Wendy said to her last season, much like Robin and Giselle. And that just lets me know that Wendy must have been telling the truth, because these girls are really in their feelings a year later. And then she contradicts herself and it's like, yeah, positive vibes only. Let's show that women can get along. Like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. If you wanted positive vibes only, you would have found a house with enough bedrooms. Finally, we get a Wendy scene. Eddie wants to know what's going on with his restaurant. He doesn't think that it's a good move financially, and I agree. I have been saying that for like the past 5 weeks. But it seems like Wendy is finally starting to see the light. The Green-Eyed Bandits and Ashley meet up to shop for Miami. First, they start talking about Chris and his tweets that were directed to Ashley. Robin once again decides to flip-flop and say that, oh, it's Candiace that's exaggerating it and taking it back to him and making it seem like something that it wasn't, which is weird to me because I could have sworn in that episode where Robin went to meet up with Candiace and Chris to clear her name, she was kind of agreeing with them and being sympathetic and understood their frustrations with the situation. But now you're talking about, oh, she's being dramatic and she's exaggerating it. Hey, that's very on brand for Robin. They also talk about the bomb that Candiace dropped in the beginning of the episode about Michael. And Robin has known this for years. Well, Candiace has known this for years. So she told Robin, and Robin has known for years. Giselle is claiming she didn't know. I don't know that I believe that because Robin and Giselle tell each other everything. But what this lets me know is these ladies are not real friends. None of them. None of them. I feel like they all just like, they hear things about each other and they hold on to that tea and they keep it and they like, oh, okay, I like you. But if you try me, I'm going to expose this and this and that. Like, y'all are not friends. Like, okay, y'all, you getting along right now, but you have some dirt on her that you're holding on to just in case. Like, who does that? Y'all are not friends. None of these ladies are friends. But I'm also getting the sense that Robin and Giselle believe the rumors. They arrive in Miami. The house is nice. It's really nice. It just doesn't have enough bedrooms. That's really my only issue with Mia's trip. But of course, I get it. There has to be some mess. So Giselle and Robin are sharing a room. I don't know why they're shocked. They seem to share a room all the time from what they tell us. Mia and Jacqueline are sharing a room. That makes sense as well because they're friends. And you know what I have to give to Mia is at least, okay, she is being shady by, not finding enough rooms, but she's the host and it's her trip. And she's sharing a room as well. So she's not above the shade. So I'll give her that. It's her trip. And she's sharing a room. So, okay, I'll give her that. And this is the only one not there after the room assignments. All of the rooms are taken up. So it's obvious that she's going to be sharing a room with somebody. Now, between Charisse, Wendy, and Karen, and Ashley, of course, it makes sense that she would room with Wendy. But the only thing is, why did you have to give them a room with one bed? Like, that is just so messy. If the room had 2 beds, honestly, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal to me because Robin and Giselle are sharing a room and Mia and Jacqueline are sharing a room. So it's not like she was singling them out. But the fact that you're making them share one bed, like, that's messy. If it were 2 beds, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Now, Charisse is planning on moving to a hotel, and hopefully she does, because then that'll work out perfectly. I honestly don't know why Charisse is on this trip to begin with. Now, we end the episode with Mia FaceTiming Peter, but she gets Patricia instead. Apparently, Miss Patricia has beef with Wendy. I'm sure this is regarding the restaurant. The episode ends there. We end with a flash forward of Mia versus Wendy, which we already saw in the trailer where Mia throws a drink on her. So it'll be interesting to see how we get there. This episode was okay. Honestly, I'm bored by a lot of the girls' personal lives, like their storylines. But I love like their group interactions as a group. So the season is still good to me. Yeah, their personal storylines just aren't as interesting. Like none of them. Those are my thoughts. What were your thoughts? Leave them down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.